What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's the big dog named Austin, and we are victors again. The Indianapolis Colts took down the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-24. This is the second time in a row that the Colts have beaten the Steelers. Shane Steichen's got Mike Tomlin's number. Just saying.
Okay?
Watch this.
I'm just saying.
Colts jumped up to a 17-0 lead. Offense looked good with Anthony Richardson. He went 3 for 4 for 71 yards. He had 3 carries, 24 yards. He looked solid. Unfortunately, he got hurt 2 plays in a row. 2 plays he played in a row. He got hurt on a sack fumble. Actually ended up being recovered by the offense. And then Joe Flacco came in, played a couple plays, got the Colts down in the red zone. And then here comes Anthony Richardson out of the locker room, comes in, and they immediately call a run play for Anthony Richardson. And he goes over to the left side, takes an awkward slide, and gets hit by Mika Fitzpatrick. Should have been a flag, maybe not, I don't know. I thought it was helmet to helmet. The refs were bad on both sides. Now, I know the Steelers fans probably feel like they got screwed because T.J. Watt was held a couple times, this, that, and the other. But if y'all, want to talk about y'all get screwed, don't let the opposing team jump out to a 17-0 lead when you've only allowed 8.7 points per game the entire season. Here's a little tidbit for you. The Colts totaled 27 points in this game. That's more points the Steelers have allowed in all 3 of their other games combined. Just saying. So maybe if you want to blame the refs, don't let that stuff happen. Anthony Richardson, like I said, he did get injured. He got injured on the very next play that he played. He was out for the remainder of the game. So there comes some more injury concerns with Anthony Richardson. But like I said, he had a solid day. Hi, Lucy. How you doing, girls? Come here, girls. Yeah. Oh, yeah, girls. Yeah, Colts won. Yeah. Joe Flacco came in and went 16 of 26 for 168 yards and 2 touchdowns. Joe Flacco, I'm glad we got him as a backup because Anthony Richardson's injury history, it's getting bigger and bigger. It's getting more concerning as his career goes on. He has started 8 games and he has finished 4 of them. That is not good.
That's not good news at all. I asked you for some good news, Donald.
Okay, and we already know he's got his accuracy issues, this, that, and the other. But, man, this health of Anthony Richardson is absolutely going to concern me going forward. We got the injury report coming out on Wednesday, so we'll find out more about then. Also, Jonathan Taylor got hurt. He was in the game for the first 3 quarters, and he ran the ball really well. He had 21 carries for 88 yards and a touchdown. Unfortunately, he left the fourth quarter with an ankle injury, the same ankle injury he battled in 2021. So that'll definitely be something to keep an eye on. Michael Pittman Jr. had a really, really awesome first half after really not doing too much this season. He's had a few catches. He had a really good first half, pretty quiet second half. The Steelers really stopped him, but he had 6 catches for 113 yards, no touchdowns. Josh Downs in his second game of the season, 8 catches, 82 yards, and 1 touchdown. Josh Downs was absolutely massive in this game. I almost bought his jersey at the pro shop yesterday, but I didn't. I didn't.
I'm broke, bitch!
Indianapolis Colts, they played really well. Defensively, the top 3 tacklers, you had E.J. Speed, Zaire Franklin, and Nick Cross again, getting almost double-digit tackles between for all 3 of them. On the Pittsburgh side of things, last week I had mentioned that Pittsburgh was first in third down conversions. The Steelers weren't 6 of 13 on third down. The Colts, however, went 8 of 15 on third down. So pretty solid day by the Colts. Coming into this game, as I mentioned last week, the Steelers were number 2 in time of possession. The Colts were in last. Now, the Colts did still get beat in time of possession, but it was much, much closer. The Steelers had 31 minutes and 7 seconds of time of possession, while the Colts had 28 minutes and 53 seconds of time of possession. So all around, I felt like the Colts improved offensively. I mean, you want to say if maybe that's Joe Flacco coming in and being more efficient on offense and the offense looking good. Look, I'm not ready to get into the conversation of who should be the starting quarterback right now because I've said all season long and last season before he got hurt that it's about Anthony Richardson's development. I would love to win games, don't get me wrong, but we need to develop Anthony Richardson to see if he can actually throw an accurate ball consistently. Now, coming into this game, I did not see this when I was at the game, But Najee Harris decided he wanted to flip off the crowd, Lucas Oil Stadium, as they were introducing the Pittsburgh Steelers coming out of their tunnel. And he had himself a not-so-good day. 13 carries, 19 yards. He did have 3 catches for 54 yards. And Zaire Franklin had something to say on Twitter after that game, after that happened, and he saw that. Cordell Patterson, who, by all means, he was running it right down our throats. He had 6 carries for 43 yards, and I thought they were going to start running the damn ball on us with Cordell Patterson. George Pickens had 7 catches for 113 yards. Justin Fields, I thought Justin Fields played pretty well. He was 22 of 34 for 312 yards, a touchdown. He had 10 carries for 55 yards and 2 touchdowns, so that's a total of 3 touchdowns. That I thought was really good. I thought that Justin Fields played pretty well. Not well enough to win, obviously, but pretty well. Going forward, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are in good hands. Coming into this game, the Colts had given up 26 third down conversions in the first 3 weeks. They only give up 6 this week, so improvement there. Another thing, like I said last week, the Steelers had won 6 straight coming into this game. Last time they lost to the Colts, and they lost to the Colts again. So, there you go. Looks like the Colts have the Steelers number right now. I grew up, and man, the Steelers beat the crap out of us a lot, and it was not fun. It's fun finally beating the Steelers. TJ Watt had himself a quiet day. He came into this game with 3 sacks. The Colts were asked if they had a plan for TJ Watt, and they did. If you ask some Steelers fans, the plan was to bear hug him. And I did see a couple replays, and, well, that's the way it goes sometimes, I guess. Speaking of penalties, the Steelers were penalized 6 times for 53 yards. There were a couple of no calls, roughing the passer calls that should have been called. There was a roughing the passer called on a Colts defender. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, where he just tackled him. It looked like a routine tackle, but he landed on top of him, which you can't do in today's NFL, and a flag immediately, 15 yards. And I think that was on a 3rd down, so that was a big deal. So there were bad calls both ways. There were no calls both ways. So, if you know me, I don't like blaming the refs even when the Colts lose. I don't like it because I look at other aspects of the game, like, oh, this should have happened. You should have caught it there, or you could have gotten a first down there. But, I'm the kind of fan, win or lose, I don't like blaming the refs. I think it's cheap. I think it's a cop-out. I think it's a pathetic excuse to your team lost. That's it. Any situation you could think of. You could go back and be like, oh, yeah, the ref called a bad penalty. But, yeah, you didn't. You dropped the ball 3 times. Okay? So, what do you want to do? This is one of the most cliche things in the NFL, in any sport, any football, right? You win the turnover battle, you're going to win the football game. The Colts won the turnover battle. They didn't turn the ball over 1 time, and they were able to force 2 turnovers. 1 fumble by Justin Fields and another by George Pickens going into the end zone. It was like inside the 10-yard line. And he's very loose with the ball when he carries the ball. And he was going into the end zone, ball loose, Colts ball, and that stopped the Steelers score. That could have been the difference of the game. A 3-point game, that could have been the difference. Both teams had 11 drives. The Steelers had 68 plays. The Colts had 64 plays. So all around, I thought it was a very good game played by the Colts. The Colts are now 2-2. 2nd place in the AFC. The Jaguars are still winless. We play them this week. The Titans finally got their first win on Monday night. The Texans, they escaped with a win against Jacksonville last week. So, the Colts are currently in 2nd in the AFC South. This is a big month because you have 4 out of your 5 4 out of your 5 next games are on the road. And a couple of them are against division opponents. So this is an absolute crucial time. Now, we'll see what happens with Anthony Richardson going forward. We'll see what happens with Jonathan Taylor going forward. I would say at this moment in time, Jonathan Taylor is probably a more important player to the Indianapolis Colts than Anthony Richardson is. Now, I'm not saying that Anthony Richardson isn't valuable to the Colts, but I'm saying that Jonathan Taylor is that dynamic. If you don't have Jonathan Taylor, you got a guy like Trey Sermon, who, no disrespect to Trey Sermon, he's just not Jonathan Taylor. He can't run the ball like Jonathan Taylor. And if Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson out, that's going to be tough because Joe Flacco is as good as he is. He's still a statue. He's still damn near 40 years old. There are some dogs on these defensive lines that can get after the quarterback, and he's not very mobile. So we'll see what happens with that. Got the practice report coming out on Wednesday, so I think we'll have some more clarity on those 2 players going forward once that comes out. But that's it, man. Colts got a huge win against the Pittsburgh Steelers to go to 2-2. like I said, up next, they got the Jacksonville Jaguars down in Jacksonville, a place they haven't won since 2014 when Andrew Luck was playing for the Colts. But I'll get to that in another video. I am the big dog named Austin. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I got a lot of Colts content. That's about all I've got. Give this video a like. Share this video to your friends and your family. I want people to see this. Send it to your buddy who's a Steelers fan. I don't know. Be like, hey, here you go. This is the big dog. I am the big dog named Austin. Go Colts!